Alright, what's up, guys? I said I got my 7.8. It's over here. I'm gonna update y'all. I was trying to figure this out, man, while my engine was seizing up. It's my Boss 306. But trying to figure out why my engine was seizing up. Don't worry about the wires. It'll be wire loomed and shit. I'm gonna look kind of messy. Update. Alright, I put a new starter solenoid on it. Brand new starter. That didn't fix the issue. And these starter solenoids work. Ain't nothing wrong with them. They work perfect. My issue was I couldn't turn this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? One turn, the relay was just clicking, it was hitting. So I thought my engine fucking around and seized up, which it did seize up. But it was some bad wiring as well, you know, because they had this, well, you say I have a 3G alternator, so, and it's already pre-wired it. So I got 2 wires. That's it. You want to do a 3G on this joint? Take 1G off 3G, 2 wires, that's it. This thick wire go to the battery, and that wire right there go to the ignition. That's the ignition. Key on and shit. That is that wire right here. This the eye. So you got, see if y'all can see, you got ASI. You got one for alternator, one for the S, and you got the I, ignition. One for starter, one for ignition, or solenoid. That wires ain't like that. You just got 2 wires to hook up, that's it. Power and ignition power, key on. That's it, them 2 wires, the alternator is in. I shortened the hot cable. Before they have too much hot cable, I'll tell you something, a secret, shorten your hot cable. A thick gauge hot cable, but I shortened it. I put a new ground cable on it, ran it down to the alternator. Somehow I'm gonna have to tuck that, cause I'm running some. I'm trying to put my headers on here. Well, I might have to trim my shock towels. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to trim the shock towels. I got them to fit on one side. The other side was kind of a little bit too tight. The driver's side. A lot of folks had a problem with the passenger side, but I had a problem with the driver's side, and it was hidden, and couldn't get a proper fitment, so I'm gonna have to trim it. Also, I gotta fabricate some mounts, some frame mounts. I have the right engine mounts, these F-150 mounts that will bolt up on this I6 chassis. This is an I6 single chassis. They only made 2, the V6 chassis and the V8 chassis. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you my engine has seized up on one turn. Y'all look at one of my old videos, you'll see what I'm talking about. I demonstrate what it was kind of doing. I also have my oil pressure relay switch wired to my oil pressure switch for inline fuel pump, which I have down here just for mock-up purposes. And I'm gonna show y'all what my car doing now. Everything works. I rewired up under the dash. I replaced the this ignition reluctor, or whatever you want to call it. I'm sorry, I can't get out the exact name for it right now at the moment. I'm sorry. But I did a lot of replacing this shit up under here. I took the steering wheel, I replaced the key. I rebuilt the tumbler too, cause the key and shit was fucked up. Well, the lock tumbler was fucked up, and the key wouldn't turn for shit, and it hit this motherfucker, and all type of shit. Excuse my language, y'all. And broke my little tab off of it, which I hate. I broke that tab off, so I'm probably gonna replace the the ignition lock cylinder though. I should have just replaced it then, but it still works. So I probably don't even bother with it right now. I got a cover that I made that'll fit over there, so I ain't really worried. But as you can see, it wouldn't turn, it wouldn't crank, the engine wouldn't turn, it wouldn't do shit. Everything good. Couldn't jump it. It was the same thing, it was just hidden. Now, all power. And my lights were dim as fuck. They wouldn't do shit. Turning. And I got multiple replica keys. I got probably about 15 of these keys. I got me a machine that make keys, replica keys. So I always make replica or whatever. To use my trunk, I had to replace my trunk. A couple of young guys broke in my trunk and stole my rifles out of there. Got them back. But bitch crank over perfect. Also, I'm gonna show y'all another thing. Whenever you build the engine, you put the engine in for jump start. You know, I got break-in oil and everything in there. You want to lube up your cylinders, your pistons. You want to lube those up, even though you primed. I primed it from the using the old distributor shaft I had, the drill. I primed it and shit like that or whatever. That's fine to get oil to the top of the valves. But the thing is, that's not gonna prime for the cylinders. So I'm gonna tell y'all what y'all need. You need some Marvel's Mystery Oil. I got 2 of these Marvel Mystery Oils. Get your little funnel, put your hose on it, pull your plugs out, and you can stick this funnel down just like that and fill the cylinders up. You ain't gotta put a whole lot in there, but put a nice little amount in there on each cylinder, all 8. And once you do that, you pour the remaining, cause you're gonna have some left over. Pour the remaining up in the valve case, in the crankcase. Just pour it in there. It ain't gonna hurt, cause it's gonna be oil change again. I got break-in oil in there already. I've been put the motor in. Also, like I said, I'm gonna be running AC, power steering. The only thing I deleted was the smog pump. I deleted that. I cut the smog pump off. I cut it off right up under where the tensioner is. And the tensioner is on or whatnot. I got this kind of loose, just a little bit. And I'm also on the 3G alternator. It has a built-in internal, well, it's really external still, but because it can be removed and replaced, but this considered internal. This is an external voltage regulator. This is an internal voltage regulator, internal/external. But this considered classified as internal, and that's why most people upgrade to a 3G, 4G alternator, because they don't have to deal with this right here. And these go bad, which they not expensive, but this your best bet. It's way cheaper. I put the distributor in. I had bought this distributor online, y'all. And the wires were just too short to reach over here to the ignition box, which is right over here on the driver's side fender well. It's like I said, it's just mocked up right now. Like, all this shit gonna be cleaned up. I'm gonna redo these wires. It's gonna be cleaned up and tucked, and have a nice wire loom on it so it look kind of clean and neat. All this stuff, I'm gonna delete a lot of this shit up in here. My canister and all this shit good. This is my heater hose. This is how I had my heater hose routed. I had a H pipe heater connector like this. to keep the circulation at a nice even distributed circulation of coolant in the engine, the radiator, the heater coil. I replaced the heater coil last year, so I had a brand new heater coil in here. So, cause my heater coil was leaking just a little bit. I still had heat, but I had to keep a maintenance or keep an eye on my coolant level. Like my coolant sometimes it caused me, some issues, some discomfort. As far as my car warming up, it takes so long to warm up, and then it warm up, my heat, it act funny sometimes. It'll start to blow real light heat. I know this car right here, this Ford, this motherfucker blow some heat. It'll burn you up, burn your ass up, clean up out the car. Alright, so that's an overview. Like I said, I'm gonna be running AC. If you want to put AC in your vintage Ford, you can run AC. The pulley setup I'm using, and this currently was a 302 that was it was in a Mustang. This 302 was in a LTD. It was in F100, and now it's in my Ford Granada. So this engine is very interchangeable, adapter, and accepting of a C4 transmission. It bolts right up. All you need is the correct flywheel. You're gonna run 50-ounce flywheel and balancer. These are 50-ounce. This not the balancer they came on. This whole pulley shit up off a 93 F150. So a lot of guys, I didn't see a lot of videos, and the guys was really going to depth on what pulley setup they used on their car. They just, a lot of them had all these aftermarket high-ass brackets and shit like that. I was on a junkyard budget, and this pretty much really was a budget build. I used the pulley setup on the off of F-150. You know what I'm saying? And it works great. You know what I'm saying? It's a different belt. This is the belt with the smog pump. I think this belt 92 inches, 92 or 93.3 inches or something like that, 91 inches, something like that. That's with the smog pump. If you delete the smog pump, you're gonna run a 70.5 length belt, 70.5 inch length belt on this car. And it's gonna hug real good. You don't have to worry about belt slipping or nothing. Also, the water pump I'm using on this car, the timing cover on this car is a blocked off timing cover, so it doesn't have a provision for a mechanical fluid pump. It's gonna be electric fluid pump on here, because you really don't have no room behind here if you're gonna run power steering. Some people delete the power steering or whatever. This, like I said, it's gonna be a daily driver, so I need power steering. I have the rack, power steering rack, all this shit up on here. The original rack, column, steering shaft, all this shit still on here. As you can see, I have room for oil filter, and as you can see right down in there, I can see real good, but right down in there, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit over there. You can see on the frame mounts, it's almost there. It's close, but not quite. So I'm gonna have to manufacture and mod some frame mounts, engine frame mounts. Not the mounts on the engine. They perfect. They good. These come off F-150. They will bolt in. This is an I6 chassis. This doesn't have a K-member. It's a single piece chassis, so it's built. The frame is built. It's pretty much a I6 frame, but you can mod it to drop in a V8 in this car, which I have a V8. I was just giving y'all a little overview on what I had going. Let me close. just so y'all can see that it can be done. Let me close this door. It's killing my battery. I just charge this motherfucker all the way up. Which I got a spare one right there. And on the SN95, I was thinking of doing something with this one. I was gonna do something with this one, but I don't think I want to keep it. So it is for sale. It has a seized engine and it got a 3.8 in it. So, but it's decent. It needs to be cleaned out. And this was the interior. Our dog, she's passed on, but she used to be in this car a lot, so it's a lot of dog hair in here, y'all. I'm sorry, but this is the interior. Transmission on the car, A1. I was thinking about putting a 5.0 in it. EL5. I was going to do 5.0 EL5 on this car since it was the most cheaper and efficient to do for this SN95, because pretty much I already set up. All you had to do is change off the brake. You got to put the valve, change the valve, the brake lines. So the V8 brake lines on it. V8 fuel injection lines on it. Just change out the lines mostly and some of the wiring. A lot of the wiring you don't even have to even fuck with. You can splice into it. Like a lot of this wiring harness you can cut away and just splice into it with a wiring harness off of GT. You know what I'm saying? Or one that had a V8 in it, a V8 wiring harness. And get a V8 computer. If you want to convert to a manual, get you a GT 5-speed. Get you a computer out of GT 5-speed, SN95, whatever, Cobra, and this bitch a hit. Also, you might want to change the fuel pump on here as well to a better, stronger pickup with a stronger pickup and return. It has a good send and return. If you have a return system, you want to add to a return system on here and run you 100 micron and 10 micron filter on this motherfucker. And you in there, this bitch gonna hit. But this my baby right here. I have an 8.8 rear end on it. Original 8.8. That's why you don't have to change the rear end on this car when you dropping the V8 in it, because this rear end will handle this motherfucker. A lot of guys, what they do is they do change the rear end. They go 9. They put a 9 in it, which I might put a 9 in it, cause I got a Ford Explorer for parts and shit. Cause I'm gonna change the heads. I'm gonna put GT40Ps on here, and the intake I'm also gonna change, cause I'm gonna run 4-barrel instead of 2. But just for the time being, that'll be in a later video. I have quite a few videos, but I don't have many subscribers, so y'all can subscribe to this as well. I know I'm rambling a little bit in this video, kind of long, but I'm just giving y'all a little basic update and overview. Right now I'm waiting on a couple more things to come that I ordered, because I'm going to be setting up my cameras. I work 6 days a week, 5:30, 6 a.m. to 9:30, sometimes 10 o'clock at night, 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday, at the shop. So I haven't had much time to even dibble and dabble with my car, but today I decided to take an off day today. And the most important thing is I get to spend time with my son. This will be his car one day. You know what I'm saying? This will be his. So I'm gonna get it right for him. And be, future projects, good Lord willing, Most High willing, I'll be able to work on this vehicle and, who knows, do some, some marvelous things with it in the future. And I have some other projects as well. I have a Maverick. I have a 70. It is a 74. 70. No, it's a 72. I have a 72 Maverick as well that I just purchased from this guy in Alabama, and it actually cranks up. It cranks up and runs, but the engine is has a inline 6 in it, just like this one. And I was thinking of putting a 351 in that one. So, boss in that one. But I really was actually thinking about doing a EFI conversion on that one. I was watching my guy build some TV. I'm trying to, hopefully if I can link him in the description. But I watched this guy, man. This guy is amazing, you know what I'm saying? Through all trials and tribulations, and he triumphs, you know what I'm saying? He don't give up, man. And this guy, he own it, you know what I'm saying? He has a vision. He has a very imaginative mindset. Very warm, positive type of guy, you know what I'm saying? And I like that guy's work ethics, you know what I'm saying? Because he don't give up, and he figured it out, even when all the odds against him, And some motherfuckers might count him out, but I ain't count him out because I follow him. I done watched every video he done put out, you know what I'm saying? From the rooter to the motherfucking tutor. I'm here in Memphis, you know what I'm saying? My guy, I think he up north somewhere. Well, yeah, I like my guy, you know what I'm saying? Build some TV, man. If you're watching this, man, shit, show me some love, man. Keep that content going, brother. Cause I love it. Keep that content going. And we're gonna make something happen. You know what I'm saying? I know this really this one too advanced right here, because I really didn't have to do a lot of wiring. I did delete some wiring and did some wiring and changed some shit, but the wiring my guy was doing, man, I'm talking about he went all the way in. So, that's more profitable to me, and I'm humble, you know what I'm saying? Also, another guy, a junkyard dog, out of CA, man, California. And that guy, that dude, man, something serious too. You know what I'm saying? I love to see my brothers move. There's a couple other ones, you know what I'm saying? There's a couple other guys on here I didn't mention right now, but best believe, stay tuned. I will keep these guys' name alive as well, man, because these guys helped me through some dark frustrating days, man, where I just felt like I wanted to give up on this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this, you know what I'm saying? I done did some incredible mods and swaps and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But this one right here, it was kind of difficult because I had to put so much money into it. That was really almost a breaking point for me, because I was on a budget and I had a budget plan. Excuse me, and this was a budget build. But I ended up spending way more money than I wanted to. But at the same time, I actually looked up one day. I was purchasing something, and the guy was like, "Hey man, I got he said, I'm here for the weekend. It's my brother, man." He said, "I got a Maverick." I said, "Yeah, you do?" He said, "Yeah, I have a 72 Maverick, man. The motherfucker crank up and everything, man. But it's man, it need a revival." He said it'll crank up and everything, but it's, it needs some work. And showed me some pictures of it, and I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? When I saw it, I'm like, shit, it got everything on it though, you know what I'm saying? Like the flow pans and all this shit was kind of fucked off. The seats weren't bad. He said just got the seats like a few years ago and just put them in there. He didn't bolt them down or nothing, but the seats look immaculate, you know what I'm saying? But the flow plan, he pulled the carpet out, the flow plans fucked out, but I ain't worried about that because I'd fix the floor plans and it's an idea I had got from an old timer I used to work with at the steel plant, and we used to coat steel. We used bed liner, Rhino bed liner. Yeah, and it's the same thing I did with this one. I did the floor plans on this one, and I put Rhino bed line on it. So I ain't gonna bore y'all too much, but this what I got. You know what I'm saying? So I'm almost there. And I can't wait to video the first start on this car. When it first start and actually run, you know, it's gonna be open headers because I don't have my pipes and shit, you know, mocked up and configured yet. But I'm gonna tell you the exhaust I'm using. I'm gonna be dual exhaust, and they're gonna come off of actually off of Honda.